Let's go to Islamabad and speak to Rauf Hassan, who's a special assistant to Prime Minister Imran Khan. Rauf, welcome to the program. Does Pakistan's government have a role to play in what sort of government the Taliban is forming?
Pakistan does not have a role to play in what sort of government the Taliban is forming. Pakistan will facilitate that various factions within Afghanistan are able to join hands to form that government. It is the Afghans who have to form that government, not Pakistan. Pakistan is only a facilitator, and Pakistan has been one in the past, and Pakistan intends to remain one in the future to facilitate the formation of this inclusive government, encompassing various stakeholders in Afghanistan.
What if it's not inclusive, Rauf? What if it crosses some of the red lines, like, for example, the Americans have said, if the new government doesn't respect the rights of women, then it wouldn't recognize the Taliban. Does Pakistan have any such similar red lines?
Well, inclusive is two-faceted, basically. On the one hand, it means that all the stakeholders, all the various groups in Afghanistan are included, have a representation in this government. And on the other hand, it commits to respecting human rights, the right of expression, right of interaction, and more specifically, the women rights in schools and education, as well as at work. So all these are kind of prerequisites to the formation of this inclusive government. And I think we're very optimistic, because so far we have been hearing very positive comments from the Taliban leadership, and one understands and one hopes that in due course of time, and with the help of Pakistan, with the facilitation of Pakistan, as well as the work being put in by various factions within Afghanistan themselves, this kind of government will ultimately be formed in Afghanistan.
How much concern is there in the government in Islamabad and also amongst Pakistan's intelligence services about this anti-Taliban resistance force that has based itself in the Panjshir Valley? I mean, that could well lead to more instability, of course. They've gathered quite a few thousand fighters already.
Well, as far as our information goes, I think the news are highly exaggerated. Well, and they have not been able to gather any support from the regional countries, because most of the countries are now committed to helping Afghanistan transit to a peaceful government. The only disturbing news that we have is about India, which I think are extending support and material help to help this resistance materialize. But we in Pakistan, we feel that there is, because of the changed dynamics in this part of the world, in the region, as compared to 2 decades ago, the likelihood of this resistance, number one, taking shape and then becoming a challenge to the government in Kabul, hoping that all the stakeholders, including members of the former Northern Alliance, would be on board in a Taliban government. I think the chances of this resistance becoming a formidable challenge, I think is something that we don't foresee as possible.
But what about the Pakistani Taliban possibly becoming emboldened by what the Afghan Taliban have done? I mean, the aims are the same. The two groups haven't always seen eye to eye, but now the Pakistani Taliban pledging its allegiance to its Afghan counterpart, and the Pakistani Taliban with the same overall philosophical aim of toppling an elected government and replacing it with an emirate which would be administered through its own interpretation of Islamic law.
Well, even before the Taliban came in, we have been constantly in touch with the Afghan government of President Ghani that they should move against the TTP leadership, which is housed in Afghanistan. Actually, according to reports, they were virtually housed in the NDS there. Unfortunately, once again, they were not able to take any action, any concrete action, any substantive action against them. And we in Pakistan continue to suffer at their hands, across our western border, most notably in the province of Balochistan. We have already taken it up with the government of with the Taliban leadership, and they have promised, that they shall be looking into this urgently. As a matter of fact, we have information that they have already started doing it. We hope that in any case, the Taliban are committed, as part of the deal that they signed with the Americans back in February of 2020, they are committed not to allow the use of their soil for any terrorist activity against the US and other countries, So this is part of the deal, and they have to act against all those terrorist groups, which have been operating from Afghanistan. TTP, one of the more notable ones, which have caused havoc in Pakistan, as everyone knows that we have lost over 70,000 people, and incurred a loss of over $150 billion, for a country, which has been economically not in a very stable position. I think this is a massive loss that we incurred, and we do not want that we are subject to that kind of terrorist onslaught again. So we should be in touch. We are in touch with the Taliban leadership. We are going to remain in touch with the Taliban leadership, and we are going to ensure that the move against this and all other terrorist groups, which have been operating from the Afghan soil.
Ralph, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much indeed. Ralph Hassan, a Special Assistant to Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan. Take care.